so big.
My marriage is over.
I'm not going on dates. He's a distraction.
Falling in.
Quit Quantico if you asked him to.
What are you doing here?
Putting together a team.
You.
Why would you resign?
What did you expect?
A clue, a lead, a suspect. There are checks.
I think about
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm super mega excited to be sharing this video with you guys because today we're going to be talking about Poet and Our's final relationship on the show called Class 09. So this was going to be the final part of that. But before we get into more details, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and also let me know your personal opinion down below in the comments as well if you guys have watched the show and what would you personally rate it from 1 to 10. To be honest, the ending for me is kind of confusing. It makes sense, but there's one specific detail that I don't get it, but we will get into more details regarding it. So basically the show follows a group of FBI agents who graduated from Quantico in 2009 and are reunited following the passing of a mutual friend. Spending 3 decades and told across their interviewing timelines, the series examines the nature of justice, humanity, and choices we make. Yes, and you can actually watch it on Hulu, and it has 8 episodes available. So basically it's like they showcase their lives in the present, in the past, and in the future. It's just a whole lot going on. At the beginning I couldn't get it, I didn't understand the momentum of the show, but the more you watch it, the more you actually get it and see how it actually works. So at this point, Poet and Our, they are united, they are seeing each other more often. And at this point, Our also, told Poet that she got divorced, that her marriage wasn't working, and the reason why her marriage wasn't working is because she's actually gay. And of course, Poet wasn't very surprised by it because Poet actually ended up kissing her, and they just had this moment together. No, they didn't sleep together, they just shared a kiss. So at that moment, it looks like everything was cool, they were vibing, but that was already in the present, not in the present. Yes, in the present they were vibing out, but things didn't go as planned because there was just too much going on. Because at this point in the future, Our, she was dealing with a lot because she created this system and she felt like the system was not being used for the right reasons why she have created it. And since now they feel like they actually don't need her no more, they're kind of pushing her to the sides. And she kind of felt betrayed because Poet also didn't understand her view, because Poet actually agrees on how the system is working at some point. At that point, even if later on she actually changed her thoughts on it, but it was just like Our was just feeling like, no, we need to shut down the system. And after that, some things ends up happening and they actually end up getting reunited in order to shut down the system, because the system at this point, it wasn't being used for the right reasons that Our actually have decided to create it. But let's talk about their love life and how everything happened between them. To be honest, at the end of the series, you can actually see that Our passed away. That's the main thing that I couldn't understand in the show. If you guys know how she passed away, what actually happened, please let me know down below, because I was trying to think about it. I did research on it to actually read to see what happened, but it doesn't make very much sense, because in the future Our is actually married and she has a wife, but then in the present she passes away. So I don't get it. I was confused because at the end you can see Poet actually going to Our's grave and putting flowers at it. So it was kind of confusing to me. I was trying to make sense of it all, but the more I tried, the more lost and confused I got. So basically, no, the two, they don't actually have a romantic affair. Yes, they share a kiss. Yes, they share very beautiful moments together, and they're very supportive towards each other and everything they do. Our always had a crush on Poet, but she never ever actually manifested her feelings towards Poet. She always respected Poet's relationship that she had going on with the guy that's also in the picture, even though they were not together when they were at school, because they actually ended up getting broken up. But Our was always very supportive of her, saying, hey, he's a good guy, you should give him a chance. If you say for him to leave Quantico, he might do it. Just doing, just being a very good friend and not really expressing how she feels about Poet. But Poet also never picked up that Our actually liked her, so that's what also made things a little bit complicated, because she also never noticed anything, Our never showed her no emotional connection towards her, thinking that there might be something more than just friendship. So they are very close to one another. They support each other a lot, especially when Our have decided to get divorced. Poet actually, she wasn't surprised by it, because she knew like it was gonna happen sooner or later, and they even had a discussion over it. And then Our also started helping Poet on this projects that she was working on. Everything was going well, and then in the future, they actually end up shutting down the system and restarting the system, so that actually also end up working out. And in the future, you can actually see Poet went back to Quantico to actually, in this case, to actually give classes at Quantico. Our passed away, so it was just a whole lot going on. I feel like I get where the writers they were going with the idea, but I feel like it's too much information at the same time to process, because you have to stay like awakened in 3 timelines. You have to stay awakened for how everything started from them being at Quantico studying, and then in the present how everything is going, and then you also have to focus on how things is going for them in the future. So it was a lot. It's like you can't skip the episode. You actually have to watch it all, because if you skip, you will miss out on certain very important points. So moral of the story, Poet and Our, they don't end up as a couple. I wish they would have, but they don't. But they have a genuine mutual relationship and love and respect for each other that lasted. That means way more than a romantic affair, way more than a romantic connection. So there's also something that I really liked, because they spent a lot of time without seeing one another, and when they reconnected, it was just genuine and natural, and they were just hugging and supporting each other and just helping each other to figure out how to move on, because the system in this case was taking over everything, that in this case AI, artificial intelligence. So this show basically just showcases what will happen in the future. If you ask me, it just showcases how everything will happen. It's like a preview to that, and we will just have to stay tuned and see if there's gonna be a season 2. Hopefully there is, because there's a lot of things that is still very unclear, if you ask me, and I would like to see a season 2. Maybe I will understand the show better and get into it better if I see season 2, because season 1 is just a whole lot going on at the same time. But yes guys, that's only my opinion. Let me know your opinion, because it's super important. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I also want to say that I've activated the super sticker to the channel, just in case any of you would like to make a small donation. It will also help the channel go a very long way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until the next video, and goodbye.